Hi everyone, welcome to Caves. First thing that happens when we press new game is we're going to get a cutscene. You could watch it if you want, but generally speaking we're going to skip it with the inventory button. Now if you're using the PC LiveSplit auto splitter, you're going to notice that the timer starts right away as after you skip it. So you're going to just want to press inventory again. There is a perfect way to skip the cutscene. It's about, I believe, 1 frame of inventory press, and what happens is you come over here without entering the inventory screen, so it saves about 1 second, but it's not very important, it's just nice to know. So you want to start off with some running jumps, turning to the left a little bit to dodge that slope. And the first real obstacle we have is the upcoming ledge. I'm going to show 2 popular ways to get over this ledge, but first, when we get to the bottom, you'll notice there's this weird camera. It can be hard to control Lara if you're not used to it. So as you know in basics, you can take out your guns to cancel it, but you can also take out your guns early in this case to not have any camera change at all. So the first popular way to get over this ledge is just to do a direct path. You're going to running jump to the base, do 1 step, and then turn and then jump. Take guns early, running jump, 1 step, turn, standing jump, standing jump. Now the other way that I prefer to do is running jumps all the way to the top, or the second ledge, and then standing jump to the top one. For this though, it's a little bit more involved because you need to be solid at curving her. So like this, curve right, and then you curve back left, and then you standing jump up. Now it doesn't really matter which way you choose, as long as it's pretty smooth, because the time differences are pretty minimal. So it doesn't really matter, just get up. Want to continue forward and try to aim to the left. There's 3 bats here, you can shoot for fun, but they don't influence anything even if they bite you a little bit. If you do the corner like this, then you should do a jumping sequence where your second jump ends right before this edge. Now I'm going to show what we want to do, what's currently ideal, and then I'll break it down step by step. I'm going to go here, jump to the center, jump down, and do a roll cancel so we don't stumble. Now if you missed the roll cancel in the advanced tutorial, simply pressing roll on the edge of a step so we don't get the stumble. First thing is this area when you want to jump to the center. So you need to fall down, but don't go too forward. Like don't aim directly straight, otherwise often you won't have enough space to do the running jump. You'll have to running jump when you're on the ground, which is a little bit slower. It's no big deal. Now when you get to the center and do the running jump, you want to make sure that you curve left a little bit. Otherwise what will happen is this, you overshoot the step and you can't cancel the stumble because you're not on the edge of it. Now another common mistake is when you do a jump too late or too far and you get stuck by this edge like this. But the backup is very simple. You simply do a standing jump forward, aim a little bit left, and do a roll cancel down here, and you can continue forward. If you don't angle left, you may roll cancel down on this platform where Lara is right now, and you'll get a stun. One more time. Jump, jump, aim left, roll cancel, and then running jump, roll cancel, running jump. Now the reason why we did a second roll cancel there wasn't to avoid any stumble. We normally wouldn't stumble there, but the reason is because it's simply faster because we're already on the edge of the step. It's faster than normally just going forward. It saves about a frame or 2. It's basically nothing, but it's free, so we like to do it. Now we're going to turn into the slipper, but when you do, try to not be on the very left. Middle or the right is fine. And again, I'm gonna show what we want to do and then break it down. So we want to maybe kill the bat if we want for fun, then get through the gate. Now, there's 3 running jumps from this position if you're going to do this strategy. I'll show an easy backup and safe strat after this one. So first of all, for your first jump, when you turn, your first running jump, you want to land approximately here. So when you land here, your angle will be approximately like this. And this is the angle that we want when getting through the fence. For your second running jump over that ledge, I like to do a lineup over here. I like to try to line up the middle of Lara's head with this line like this. That's during the second running jump, so when I'm jumping over this, I try to line it up. And then for the third running jump, once I'm jumping, I like to tap right a bit so I get a better angle, and then I press grab so that I can get through the fence. I'll try it one more time. Over here, line up, tap right, grab like this. Now this sequence is pretty tricky, so there is a backup strat and safe strat. So this is the safe strat first. You want to jump on this corner. You can make sure you're on this corner by just backstepping, so you're like guaranteed you're in this corner. And then you want to do a lineup somewhere between the fence and the corner. So the angle is very important. You never want to look at the fence because you'll never make it. So just somewhere between, do 2 running jumps and then grab. It might look like you won't get it, but you'll get it every time. So when you are doing this tough sequence, it's optimal one, many mistakes will happen like this, and you'll get stuck on the wall and you're in this kind of position. But a nice backup is just doing a backflip and doing a walk, run, jump, then grab. So if you missed it, in the advanced tutorial, walk, run, jump, simply one walking step into a running jump. When you backflip, you might have to fix your angle. Like this one probably won't work, probably needs something like this. We'll see. There you go. So that's a really nice backup. The one thing to remember about this fence skip is that your angle should, you try to be approximately 45 degrees. You're slanted on the wall in a way that it looks like you're going to slide through once you grab. You don't want to face the fence because you'll never get through like that. And of course you don't want to be too much on the wall, otherwise you don't move at all, you just hit the wall. So one more time. Oh, actually, regarding this safe strat, I do recommend this when first starting out, because that movement over there is very easy to stumble easily. For example, if you're on the left of the lever and you do a running jump, you can stumble like this. And then when you're doing your first running jump, you can stumble over here and so forth. So when you're first starting out, I do recommend this way. Running jump up here, backstep to make sure you're in the corner. Get it line up between, so the middle of Lara should be between the fence and the gate. The fence and the corner. Then running jump, grab. And from here, you want to turn and just immediately running jump towards that corner. So you can fit in 4 running jumps. Now this next trick is pretty difficult. I would say it's harder than the fence skip, but there is an easy backup as well. So first, the optimal way is like this. Right. So you do approximately 4 to 5 steps, and then you want to basically running jump and hit that wall approximately the same time that Lara completely lands on the slope. However, if you miss it, it's no big deal. There's an easy backup. You want to be up on this wall, and if you saw slope bugs in the advanced tutorial, this is the same setup. Okay, so you're going to face the slope, basically parallel to this left wall. Take a 1 right side step, so away from the wall. I like to line up, so I press forward and maybe left a little bit. And then I line up here. So my lineup for this one is simply using the top left of Lara's hair or her head. So there's a seam between the gray wall and the stone wall here with the fancy plant. Without using look, the top left of Lara's head should be approximately on that seam, like right now. So from here, you just do a standing jump into the wall and you'll teleport to the top. That backup's really nice. you can try the running jump way once, but then once you fail, you can simply do the backup. It's not much time. It's not a lot slower. Same with defense skip backup, or the safe strat rather. Well, in any case, once you get up here, you're gonna want to do a roll, and you running jump to the left onto this balcony area. And from here, your angle and position is a little bit different each time, but generally speaking, you're gonna do 2 running jumps, turn around this corner, and then do another running jump onto this lever. Oh, I should mention that, so at any point once you're on this balcony, the ideal sequences are pretty difficult, but if you stumble or anything, all you need to do is find your way to the lever, then find your way to the exit. There's not much time loss. It's just if you want the very optimal, it's just like, you know, a few seconds time save, generally speaking. So when you come to this lever, try to jump on it somewhere in the middle or on the right for the upcoming sequence. Again, avoid the left. It can be difficult. So you want to be something like this. Now, you want to turn with your guns, do 1 step, and then jump to this corner. So you have to be careful, because otherwise this can happen. You want to barely make it, so something like this. Very often you can hit this corner, or you can even be wide like this. Try it again. Like this should work. Nope. More time. Like this. So after you land, you can do 2 steps, and then while you're still holding forward and right, after those 2 steps, you're still holding forward and right, and then jump twice. So I'm going to try to show it. 1, 2, jump, jump. Okay, well, that was pretty bad, but generally speaking, after that second jump, you land over here or over here. But either way, it doesn't really matter. You're going to want to jump towards this right here. So to the left of the corner, so you don't stumble. And once you do that, you want to press grab to extend the distance that you're going to get, so that you can get this distance right here. And then, if you do ideally, you can roll cancel it to continue forward. So it's a very smooth action. I'm going to try the whole sequence once here. 2, grab, like this. So as you can probably saw, the angles and positions and so forth are slightly different, right? It doesn't have to be super duper like precise, exactly the same, but it can help once you get the sequences down, so that you know where to aim and so forth. Now this is a pretty solid backup med. If you want to take it, you can. We generally don't in runs, but it can be very useful, especially when you're first learning. In the first few levels and in the later levels, your meds can be a little bit tight, so taking that is no big deal. Now that's it for caves, but I'm going to be talking about the expected results. Assuming you're using the PC LiveSplit autosplitter, the in-game time that you get at the end of the level can be different, just because if you menu it's like that. So using the autosplitter, if you get the perfect cutscene skip and get the extremely perfect caves with the current strategies, then you could technically get a 123, but realistically 125 is basically a very near perfect caves that we really desire. But when you're first starting out, I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, I would expect somewhere between 130 and 2 minutes, as long as you know the strategies. Because defense skip, if you mess it up, then you could do the backup, or you could do the safe strat. And same with this glitch over here. You can just do the sidestep. That loses very little time. So as long as you know how to get it, even if it's a little bit slower, then it's pretty good. And of course, over a time, you can expect your average time to get lower, but in caves, there's not much time to lose, really. So that's it for caves. I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you next time in City of Vilcabamba.